right. Hi, everyone. This is Corey Still from StillSpinning.ca, and I'm very, very pleased to be joined by Doug Aldrich and Glenn Hughes and Tommy Clefettos of the Dead Daisies. I'm very excited to be able to talk to them. They're about to kick off their Like No Weather tour this Friday, September the 10th, at the Apollo Theater in Rockford, Illinois. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
So I've seen all of the clips and the little posts about your rehearsals, and now that rehearsals are over, and I saw some of the pictures from the dress rehearsal, if you will, and the stage setup looks great. The backdrop looks great. You guys, got to be raring to go to get back on stage and get on tour.
We're working hard this week to get it together. There's a lot of changes in the show.
Oh yeah. I was going to ask about that actually because you guys had done a bunch of warm up dates on the like a little earlier on, and what was going to be different between this time around versus the warm up dates.
It's a production now.
Bigger production.
It's a with due respect, the first 9 shows were kind of warm up, and the audience were great. You were just amazing. Now we're taking it up a notch, so we got, lighting on, we got a new production, and it's just another level. It's the same music, and same vibe, and
yeah,
but we're just taking it up a notch,
Cool. Does that get when you get to that level of production, when you get to that other things, does that give you more energy on stage?
It does. It helps.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It drives you on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think the audience appreciates it as well. I think they know you've gone an extra mile. So
yeah. Well, the backdrop and the lighting looks amazing. So like at least in the picture. So for sure it'll be awesome. Now, did you guys tweak the set list a bit, or did you keep the same ones? And
it's a little different, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. With us, you never know if things can change.
And when you were originally choosing the set list, there's all kinds of stuff that obviously you guys could do, from the Dead Daisies stuff, obviously the Deep Purple stuff. How did you go about choosing the actual set list that you guys landed on?
We primarily are promoting Holy Ground, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So 7 cuts from that at least, and the rest is older Dead Daisy songs, and a couple cover songs and a couple of Deep Purple songs, as you know. And it's a great cross-section of material. So, I mean, we worked really hard putting the right set list together.
Right.
Hopefully everyone agrees with us. So
that's good. And
fingers crossed.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, the early reviews from the previous stuff were all tremendous. So I'm sure it'll be great. But when you were choosing the songs, Glenn, like from the older Dead Daisy stuff, did you spend a lot of time in thinking about which songs spoke to you, or did you focus on the ones that would resonate with the fans, or how did you approach the selection there?
I think it's a call on the management to what they thought would be appropriate for the band. So there's a couple of songs that the Daisies have always played, if you will. And which we had to basically keep in the set. Again, they fit, but again, it's a Holy Ground album. That's the main focus.
For sure, and it's actually one of my favorites, of this year. So it'll. I'm actually disappointed that I'm not actually going to be able to see it live anytime soon. So hopefully all this pandemic crap will go away, and eventually we'll be able to see that on a wider tour.
Yeah, we hope so. We do.
And so you guys that have been out, you've had a bunch of shows, 9 warm-up shows and stuff, and you've had tons of rehearsal time. But over the time that you've been together and you've been playing live, how would you say that the band has evolved on stage in a live setting?
Well, we were just kind of going for it. We had rehearsed prior to those shows, and they were warm-up gigs, and we were, finding our way and what worked and what didn't. Now we've made a bunch of little tweaks that, by themselves, you wouldn't really notice, but when they add them all together, I feel like we're definitely on a different level now.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It was great before, but now it's really cooking up.
And I know when last time I talked with you, Tommy, you were just about to start this foray back here with the Dead Daisies, and you had mentioned that you hadn't had a chance really to play with Doug and Glenn in the past. Being that you're playing with them now, what surprised you the most playing with these two guys?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think anything surprised me. I think I knew that they were both going to be great professionals at what they do, and that was what I found out.
Yeah, is there anything that that you know day in day out that is going to be something that's going to drive you to perform playing with these guys?
No, I mean I think everybody has their own personal pride in what they do, and that should be the driving force of how you do it. Somebody else shouldn't push you to be great on a certain day. If anything, it's the drummer's job to push the guys to give them a kick in the ass. So
okay, cool. Well, let's flip that around then and say, hey, Glenn and Doug, what does Tommy bring to you guys that makes you guys kick ass day in day
out? Just always wanting to get better. Never satisfied with status quo.
Yeah.
The other day, I got an opportunity. It was so bizarre because he's never done it before. The front of house engineer came to me and said, "Why don't you come in and spend a couple hours just by yourself, and you can have some time by yourself, so it's not, distraction." And we made a couple little tweaks that the guitar opened up a bit more. It was like, thanks for doing that. That was awesome, So it's just, and then that whole day, I was just really excited about playing the set.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
A lot of preparation goes into this project I'm in now. I know we're supposed to have a lot of fun, which we do, by the way, but it's pretty serious stuff in this band.
Yeah.
There's famine across the world with no music, no entertainment. And all of a sudden, all our friends in the industry are going out again, and we're all very excited. And the fans are even more excited.
They are,
So we're all happy circle of love. And so to prepare this show and to get it right, we've gone the extra mile, and I hope everybody understands that we're doing it simply because we love playing music.
Yeah, we're so excited to be putting on a concert starting Friday at Rockford, and we, it's gonna be a little touch and go. We're gonna have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Challenge that I hope that we will make it to where we can do all the dates and have come back home healthy and all that stuff, because some of our friends have been starting tours and having to cut it short. And we don't want to do that. We want to be successful at working with the conditions that are there and putting on a good show.
Yeah. And what does that look like? Like, what is that in terms of the the artist side of it, right? What are those constraints that you find that are onerous, or what are those things that have impacted your performance, shall we say, if anything?
Obvious things, we love our fans. We're grateful for the support that people like yourself and the people that are friends, come to hang with us. But we're not going to be able to really can't hang this time. It's got to be more about enjoying the show, and then we'll just, we won't be able to do a meet and greet, for example, or stuff like that. But
it was difficult on the last run because they're waiting for us,
Sure.
We've done the show, and we're excited like they are, and they wanted to. The normal begins, the mingling begins, but it's impossible. You've seen other friends of ours get sick lately, even double vaccinated people.
Yeah.
And if they get sick, the whole thing comes off the rails. Everything has to come out, and we can't, as a business, we can't do that.
No,
but
absolutely.
We love our fans. When it comes back, I mean, we're the ones that would hang till the entire evening hanging out with people.
Not me. I'm tired of it.
But we won't do it.
Not on this run, but eventually we will get back to a happy place, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, all of the Daisy shows that I've been to, meet and greets and the backstage and stuff. All you guys and all of the team that works with you guys are always so nice and so inviting. And you guys, you know, if like from my perspective, the Dead Daisies kind of was the first band really that did that consistently over and over and over again. Went out and meet the fans.
Doug, the kids. I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Right? Doug was very nice to his kids. Oh, he always is.
He was. Yes, you're right. Yeah, no, Doug was great, absolutely great with my kids at the on the acoustic shows. Yeah, for sure. And they still talk about that. I told them I was going to talk to the guys today, and they're like, "Oh, the guy that was talking to me about soccer and blah blah blah." Yeah, it was. Yeah, so exactly. No, it's a meaningful thing, and when
that's our future right there. That's rip off Whitney Houston, but the children are.
Exactly. Now, one of the things you had mentioned that is, you know, everybody is so they have this pent up energy to go see shows. You guys want to play, fans want to play. Sometimes that frustration, you know, boils over when, you know, you can't see you guys in every place that you typically would. You see some trolls on the internet saying, you know, being a little, not quite so understanding. But if you take a look at where that's frustration coming from, you got to take that in a weird way. You got to take that as a little bit of a compliment because they just want to see you guys play, right? And I think it's almost like there's been more of a demand even lately, to see, you know, not only any band but the Dead Daisies in particular across the world. What do you think about that backhanded compliment?
We're getting ready to announce more shows next year. Our schedule is getting busy in an uncertain time, of course, as you know. But we're trying to confirm as much tour data for you as possible.
For sure.
But to answer the question, I didn't really know about it, so sorry about it. We're coming.
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh, exactly. And you know what? I mean, with all the logistics for shows, like heck, let alone just going to someplace, let alone bringing a whole production and crew and all that stuff, it's a big thing. So everybody that has that, that doesn't have that insight into what goes on to actually bring a show to your town, right? So, and I'm in the same boat as all those other people. I would love to be able to go see a Dead Daisies show, and I'll just have to wait until next year, hopefully, when that comes about. Glenn, when you joined the Dead Daisies, I was when John left, I was really excited about you joining the band because of all of your history and whatnot. But I was wondering, what made this opportunity with the Dead Daisies something that you were interested in checking out and doing?
No, for me it was I had just completed a 3-year solo tour of Deep Purple songs. A very successful kind of world tour, and it was. I had the opportunity to meet David Lowe, who wanted to record some music with me and Doug and Dean. So I wrote a couple of songs and got together with Doug, and we got together in the summer of 2019 in Hollywood. And the recording of those demos was good, and the vibe and I felt a really great vibe as a friendship with Doug and David and Dean, and for me that was very important to have a friendship with people I'm going to be working with. So when I had that in the system, I figured I could move forward and go and record an album with them.
Cool. And one of the things that and I don't know if you brought this to the band or if it was coincidental, but certainly when you joined the band, all of the the branding of the band actually changed, if you will, a little bit in terms of the logo changed. Different colors coming in, like purple, which is often like a healing color, and the crows, which is like has lots of symbolism around, from a spirituality point of view. And I know you're a very spiritual person. I was wondering, like, did you bring that to the band, or am I reading way too much into that?
No, you're the first person to actually talk about that, because you're right. It did change. I didn't ask for that. I just think the art department felt it was time for a new, fresh beginning, if you will.
Yeah.
When I joined, they did nothing special for me. No. I get crows and stuff. What do I get?
That's really funny. You know, like they probably bought you a coffee or something. They probably did something, right?
Cheer it right here.
There you go.
Hey, Pop.
That's awesome. And you know what? You know, it one of the things I wanted to know, and I've always wondered this about iconic people like yourself, Glenn, and I don't mean that as a overly kiss ass kind of way, but
Kiss him.
you're often referred to as the voice of rock, and justifiably so. But I'm wondering, from your perspective, like what do you think about that? What that moniker and that phrase of people when people refer to you as the voice of rock?
That started in the 80s with the press in Europe. It's something I didn't come up with that saying. It was something that the press gave me, media back in Europe, where my career started, as you know.
Yeah.
And it carried around the world, and that's what people have been calling me. And I'm saying that with humility and gratitude, because to be called something like that,
yeah,
it's not something I can take with a grain of salt. I got to practice. I got to keep doing what I do to be the best Glenn I can be, and to do the best job I can, and to give people the love they've freely been given to me. It's a huge honor. I pinch myself. It's something that
I feel the same way. They call you the voice of rock. They call me the arms of schlock.
No, you put it here first.
Speaking of arms of schlock, how do you warm up before a show, Tommy? Like, I remember being backstage once and seeing Dean, and he had sticks in his hand, and he would be drumming on literally everything, the walls, the pool tables, the whatever, trying to warm up. What do you do to warm up?
I just sit with a little whatever the couch is in there, and I just
he does
sit there and just play a little bit.
Pots and pans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything that makes noise, no good.
Okay.
There's nothing worse than a drummer tapping on things, and I'm a drummer. When I hear a drummer playing, I go, "Ooh, what an annoying sounding instrument!" By themselves.
Yeah. That's
you hear it in rock band, it sounds cool. No, I just sit on the couch and try to be kind of quiet, to be honest with you, because it can get very disruptive. What did you?
Oh, that's awesome. Now, if you're doing a long tour, guys, like what do you do to?
Not to cut you off, but stretching is very important. Even for a guitar player, you got to warm. Just like he has to warm up his voice, you should warm up your muscles.
It's imperative, completely imperative.
Yeah, and in terms of warming up your voice, Glenn, like, are you a like hot water and lemon kind of guy, or a lemon tea, or what?
I think I'm looking at Jimmy here. If I need a hot drink, lemon and honey when needed, I don't do a lot of it, but when I do need it, I know when it's going to happen.
Okay.
I have been, and I'm touching wood here, very, very blessed never to have. Here we go to universe, please help me. Really had a problem, unless I was sick or something, But I've just been very fortunate to enable myself on every show I do. I warm my voice up. It's something I've got to do.
Yeah,
because I've got a 5-octave range, which hopefully I use every night. And if I've got to use that, which I love to do, I've got to warm my voice up.
And how long does it take you to warm your voice up, would you say?
Oh, it's a minimum of 45 minutes, a minimum.
Okay. All right. Cool. And Doug and Glenn, the guitar you're playing, Doug, as an example, you usually have that in every every interview I've ever seen, and it's your main go-to instrument. So I think I know what this answer is going to be to this question. But you guys, if you only had one guitar to play for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I have a 1959 Les Paul Junior that is, um, it's just magical. It's not something that I brought on the road once and I carried it with me, but it just plays. It just brings. It's got perfect intonation and a nice big chunky neck. It's it's not worth a lot of money, but it's from 1959. It's worth some money, but it just plays amazing. I'd take that one.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, surprise answer. Cool. And what about you, Glenn? Do you have like an absolute favorite that you wouldn't be able to do without?
I've got a few I never played. I've got some. Oh, this is great. I've got a bass from 1962 with the price tag on it still,
Really?
the original things, and my friend Joe Bonham also wants that so bad. I've got a 1968 black Les Paul custom, which Doug knows, which is Mel Galley's from my band Trapeze. It was his guitar. It's my favorite guitar. It basically writes songs for me. It's like that goose in the Jack and the Beanstalk. It's a great guitar. I've got a few guitars that I.
Does it get credit? Does it get a?
It gets
Get any points on the album for that?
Point. Top royalties, yeah. I wrote a lot of songs in the last 10 years on that guitar. A lot of important songs in my catalog. So yeah.
Okay.
A 1968 black Les Paul custom. It's a beautiful guitar.
Absolutely cool. And are you guys still when you're out on tour, do you guys write new songs and stuff when you're sitting around? Like, how does that work with you guys?
We've got a chockload of songs for another album. I'm kind of giving you kind of an exclusive here. Doug and I have got a bunch of songs ready to go.
That's great news.
For the next album. So we don't know when, but hopefully, without too long from now, we'll be doing another album.
Oh, that's great. And is like I know you guys have worked together in the past and stuff. Like, has your songwriting like evolved between the two of you over time, or and if so, how?
It has, and it gets stronger simply because we love each other's work, and we rubs off on each other. We care about as human beings about each other, and we love to work together.
Yeah, it also is. It's inspirational for me because pretty much, I know what Glenn likes, and I'll come up with some things, and I just present them to him, and if he gets off on it, then cool. But I can open up a little bit deeper because Glenn can sing pretty much anything, So it's like,
yeah.
But it's up to him what we, you can't tell the singer, hey, make this song, take this riff. He's got to be into it. We'll come up with it. One of the two.
The band have let me run with my lyrical and melody ideas, which I love to write lyrics. I don't know if you know that I'm a lyricist, and that's what I love to do, and that's what they want me to do. So I'm gladly take that. So I'm really happy.
I have no creative input whatsoever.
You're just. Yeah, you're just happy to be here, Tommy. Is that right?
I have room closet for a dressing too. It's usually out there.
It can change.
But so that would make Glenn the lyricist of rock as well.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, you heard it here first.
And Tom would be the drummer of rock.
There you go. Exactly. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, exactly. 3 exclusives now. That's awesome.
We just make him like that would be the drummer of rock, DOR. If we could come up with something like
drama, the drama of
would be awesome. Dork.
Dork.
Drummer of rock. Just get very low. Just to get very low.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious. And when you guys are on tour, what do you guys do to stay in shape, to stay active? That must be more harder, or more difficult now in the pandemic. What do you guys do typically to sort of stay in shape and being able to do this night after night?
Speaking for myself, I on that last run, I had a problem with my back. It was really bad, so I got that fixed, and now I can actually go to the gym. I'm starting to get back, a little bit back in shape and stuff. But it's hard, man. You know, these guys are in great shape. I'm getting back, but I think Tommy, you know, he just puts a robe on when he gets in his room, and he just kind of hangs on his robe. That's all he does.
You know, I read a lot. I'm a constant reader of books. So I keep my mind activated with reading, and that's what keeps me sane, if you will. Why would you read when
Yeah, why read when you can watch the movie, right? Right, Tommy?
Well, yeah, when you could watch it on TV.
Yeah, I'm an avid watcher TV, Netflix watcher as well.
So you're an avid reader, Glenn. What are you reading now?
Oh, you know, it's a mixture of it's all fact stuff, but it's spirituality. I mean, without going on my spirituality tangent, but I do read a lot of spiritual books.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, my wife, reads, and she's in on that too. So I get, I'm familiar with that, and I'm sort of in that sort of world too from time to time. So that's why I was asking all about the spiritual elements of some of the imagery that comes through some of the things. So I'm interested in that sort of thing too. So I find that interesting, and if you continue to read
I'm friends with a lot of people that are the same inclination as me, and we share each other's ideas of books and stuff. So I'm an avid collector of anything that's gonna keep me sane, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. No, guys, I'll finish. And I want to be cognizant of the time here, but I was, in preparation for this, I was sent a package of information, and I was going through some of the social media and Spotify stats for the Dead Daisies, and I don't know if you guys look at these routinely, but these are really, really, really impressive numbers. Like the number of Facebook's likes is well over 1 million now. It's 1.1, like 1.2 million, call it, right? Number of Facebook likes a month is like an additional 78,000 per month. You have 4.59 listeners.
Contest.
And I'm just wondering, like, did you guys like those are staggering numbers? Like, what do you think about that in terms of, from a Dead Daisies perspective? I think like the growth of the Dead Daisies have really taken off in the past. I would say in the past year and a half or so.
Well, it's a world that we're kind of involved in it, but we just show up, do our thing, and the rest is up to the people that work for the Dead Daisies at back, to figure it all out.
But it shows that we've got some dedicated and loyal friends and fans, and we're grateful for that. Sure.
Yeah, we interact with our fans, and it's obviously apparent because they keep showing up and answering and being great fans as they are. And we want to thank you all for doing that.
Yeah. I know, absolutely, and I know like a lot of those people in your group, the Dirty Dozen, that work for you guys, and doing stuff day in, day out, and they do great work in energizing the fan base, for sure. So it's a really unique way of engaging the fans to help spread the message, and I think you guys have that's a template that others could follow. I think trying to get that message of rock out, like, I think is brilliant, for sure. So guys, I know I only have a half hour with you guys today, but wanted to thank you very, very much for the time today. Really appreciated the time. Tommy, Doug, I've always enjoyed our previous conversations. Hopefully we'll get to do this soon. And Glenn, you're one of the bucket list guys for me to talk to. So thanks for helping me check off one of those bucket list items, and hopefully we can talk again soon and hopefully meet up in person.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you very much.
Hey everyone,
all the best to your family.
Yeah, thanks, and you guys too, and stay safe and be well, and have fun on tour.
You bet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks guys. All right, bye.